Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxi Chronicles podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Morning. Yes, another rider, another day, another story. Today we have Nabin Zanwali. Did I say it right?
Okay, that's fine. I'll settle for that.
Sorry.
It's Nab Zamali.
Nab Zamali. He's an e-commerce guy. When he got in the taxi, I knew he wasn't working for anybody. He's an entrepreneur. He's doing his own thing. He's going to tell us the story today about his e-commerce, how it works, why you need to check him out on his Instagram handle that I'm sure he'll give us later on, and how he got into business, how the business works, and what motivates him. So over to you, Nab.
Thank you. This is has to be the most memorable ride so far this week in all of the 12 Bolt rides I made. Well, I work in e-commerce. I'm happy to share a little bit. I work in digital marketing, but specifically PPC, which is to make people who pay for online advertising on specifically Amazon, e-commerce and Google Shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that to reduce their cost of acquisition, sort of, if you are paying say £100 a week to get 10 clients, that's about £10 per client cost of acquisition. I look at it and I say, you know what? I look at the data, sift through it, and see, is there a room to get you more client, or is there a room to reduce the cost? That's basically what it is we just make sure that whatever you're paying to acquire a customer is the most efficient and cost effective for you. And sometimes you have to pay more, because let's say if you're not paying any advertising to acquire a client, and you have, let's say, 1,000 clients a month, then maybe you're wasting a opportunity to acquire 20% more client for like very little investment of ads. I hope I didn't nerd on that.
Yeah. So is advertising a must when you're selling on Amazon, would you say, as a supplier?
I'm sorry?
Is advertising a must? So if you're selling on Amazon...
Good question. Not always. If you're selling something that is very niche, that is very very difficult to source, that only you make it, then you don't necessarily need to advertise. But if you're selling something that it's very competitive, that there is more than say 100 people selling it, then for example, if there is no way to differentiate yourself, you're not the best, it's not handmade, it's not this, then advertising becomes a must. And just to give you an idea, all large clients, I mean, I manage some accounts that do like £500,000 a month in sales on Amazon, selling one product.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so they have very big advertising budgets, and it goes to Amazon. When Amazon is very expensive, because it's called bottom of funnel, where people are there to buy. It's very high conversion.
It's called what? Bottom?
Yeah, in marketing it's called bottle of funnel.
Bottle of funnel.
Yeah, bottom of funnel.
Yeah,
Yeah. So from people are there just to buy. So people compete very highly for for the top spots to get the sales.
Do you want to explain a bottle of funnel for the listeners? Because I've done a podcast called Sarah's Explained to Me, but other people...
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you. So it's in marketing, a funnel is more like it's like a funnel basically. And then there are people at the very top of funnel that is, let's say you're providing a service, they don't even know it exists. So you sort of maybe approach them on Facebook, and let's say, I have a very good example. I'm not sure if I can talk about this. Anyway, I'll try to be vague. I have a client who's selling a product, a very specific product for COVID thing, and it's a patented product. They invented it, but people don't know this product exists. So in the UK is all right, in the US doing very well, but in Germany and France, they just basically nothing, have no sales. So that's where, because the search terms for people to find the product, let's say that it's protects your face or hands from touching, things. I'm trying to be vague because I have an NDA with them. So then the search terms for the product don't exist because people don't know it exists. So what happens is a top of funnel is they go on Facebook and target people who are, for example, running a businesses or recently being concerned about safety or COVID or researching that. And then a video will appear to them showing this product in function. It's like an information video. So if they show interest in that video and they interact with it, click it, view it.
5-10 seconds.
Exactly.
Kind of
they get tagged, and then they get shown another, video. So then they get brought down to like mid funnel, which are like filtering the clientele up until when they really now know what the product is and they've seen what it's called and stuff. Then they just send them, like, say, for example, an offer promotion with the product link straight to Amazon to buy it. So that's what funneling is. It's like warming up someone about something they don't know about at all.
You're coercing someone for a date.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just shoot.
Sorry, just my way of looking at things. How long have you been in this business?
About 5 years. Funny enough, how I started in this, I'm running my own business on e-commerce and Amazon, and then and it's grown to a point where I really need someone to manage the marketing. And so I tell you what, if anyone here is out there and you're looking to do some training, go do like digital marketing. It's well paid, and there's so much demand for it, and there are so many like specialities and in areas of expertise, so it never gets crowded. And then I said, you know what, I'll just go and do the trainings, because I did before some programming, and I do it just to save myself the costs of hiring someone at £75 an hour.
Is that how much it costs? Yeah. I'm paying somebody in Kenya a certain amount, very much less than that, to just to monitor my social media. But obviously it's e-commerce in the sense of where you're from and your economy of scales. Is if I'm going to pay them the same London rate, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why would I pay the same London rate and I can get someone to do it here around the corner?
I feel you. I also employ some people from Nepal and Turkey, so we're like outsourcing some tasks. I have like full-time employee in Nepal, so I understand. Some areas in this and outsourcing are actually like very expensive still, and one of them is this. In digital marketing, the people who understand these funnels and build funnels and like marketing and stuff, they charge a lot of money. I mean, I know someone that I got trained with who they consult for like $1,500 an hour. So really? Yeah, you can hire them for like that much.
And that's just on the digital marketing?
Yeah, and digital marketing is because the platforms like this, and I'm sure this Bolt and Uber sooner or later they might end up with like, some sort of extra monetization to make money from drivers or people. So in like eBay and Amazon and this, the best spots, the best selling products are people who are paying extra money in advertising costs to the platforms.
That's true, because if Bolt or Uber or Ola, if every morning when everybody turns on their app, there's 45,000 people doing Uber, for instance, in London. If every morning everybody gets the same advert relevant to like car air fresheners, that's a niche market.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to have a air freshener in their car. So guaranteed you got 45,000 sales, more or less, at least that week.
Yeah, could be.
And then all you have to do is convince Uber or whoever just to put that advert on their app for like 3 seconds. As you turn it on, you see the advert, is your car smelling fresh, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's already like in the pipeline.
Well, I don't know if it's in the pipeline, but I've been using obviously their services in what we're doing, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think the way I look at it is like Uber, Bolt and this, they are still at the stage where they're fighting for market share for to get established, for stability of the business. Once that's sorted, I think you will see like more ways how they're going to monetize the platforms. You know, be it like you know, I don't know, deliveries or this or like advertising.
Yeah, absolutely. Lyft aren't here though yet.
Yeah.
You know, Lyft, the taxi service.
I know. Yeah, I know.
American.
I know. I just follow a bit. I know Lyft, for example, they started to do courier delivery packages. If I've got that right, they do that to pilot.
Yeah. Well.
What do you think? Do you think it's a good thing if they actually like, you know, allow you to do packages? Like,
well, we do packages anyway. They say you don't, but you turn up at a job and someone says, "Can you just drop this keys? Can you drop this password? Can you drop this?"
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, I always tell them, put it in the back seat. I'm not touching it. That person has to be there to pick it up. So if old Bill come along and they say, "What's that?" I say, "Well, the customer put it there." They say, "Oh, we don't believe you." I said, "Well, I haven't got my fingerprints on it, so you can open it, do what you want with it. But I haven't touched it, so I don't know what's in there." The video camera on the car will show that it was thing.
But so but it's a good thing, because if they just release the delivery market to, you know, to the Ubers and things to give you more work.
Yeah.
And you're already on the road.
Yeah, it's true, but then that's a different license and that kind of thing. Uber, obviously, the mayor's been after them, and now he's after Ola. I reckon he just wants brown envelopes. I don't trust him at all. But I don't see a problem. To me, it's just dropping packages or people. It doesn't really bother me. I don't do animals, so that's my only thing. If people want to bring an animal in a car to catch another good thing, something I don't do. But yeah. So you see a bright future in this whole digital marketing and what you do?
I wouldn't say that. I don't think there is a bright future. A bright future is just to like
it's stable. Surely it's stable, because everything's going to Amazon holds the market in home delivery, realistically, when you think about it. Yeah, apart from the food places, I don't think Amazon sell food.
Amazon got acquired like Whole Food, and now they do the full range of Morrison's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
they do Morrison's food. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I'm there. Like I said, it's because I've acquired some resources and a team that is doing the work, and we don't really need that much work, because once you have products actually in the pipeline and production and, you know, supply chain, you know, especially the product gets like established, then you have a bit of spare time. So I put that team and myself to lend our services to other people who want it. Hey, we also do this and we have spare time. Do you want to do? But going forward, long term, I think nothing is really fully secure, because, you know, we are all in any way, you know, placeholders for softwares, believe it or not, even us, because softwares are getting more advanced. The platforms don't want middlemen. They will always want to go as close as possible to the end client. And we are, in some way, at least my job, even though we are middlemen, because I'm an engineer in the algorithm, so the service is already there. We just make it efficient for the customer. If you go to Amazon and Amazon wants you, here's an interesting thing. Amazon or Google, when you go and say, I'm selling this, I'm a florist, the best florist in town, they say, yeah, advertise, and make it very simple and straightforward. But what you don't know, it's a bidding war, and it's automated and it's complex, that they just want you to put a budget. But what you don't know is that budget you're bidding against other people who are not very well, you know, actually don't know anything. They're beginners. They're just using automated system. And the system and all these, like, you know, algorithms of, like, you know, advertising, they are designed to make money for the platform. They are not in any way doing you any favor. They just make money for the platform and get the buyer to show up so that you keep buying and get people to compete together.
Remind you looked at this time last year. Do you still want it? That kind of thing.
Yeah. So Facebook and all this. So they create all these automated, rules and things that they are never to your advantage. They're not your friends. My job as consultants in marketing and this, we just like reverse things and just work out and like do everything manually to get the most out of it. and the benefit, the client, and then we get a cut from that or a fee. But the platforms don't like that, of course.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's like a kind of, you could say, a broker in the services, but more like from an engineering point of view.
So you're not messing up their system though, are you?
No, I'm
just
licensed.
helping the client, helping the supplier.
Yeah, of course. I'm certified by Google to, in SEO and ads in Google Ads.
Oh, is it?
So we get certified.
Okay.
But I don't really think. I mean, for example, now Google for agencies to be a digital marketing agency licensed by Google, this year they've added a new requirement, which is you have to accept 70% of Google recommendations. And guess what?
What's that?
So to keep the license and be like a accredited Google accredited digital marketing agency that people can come to you, part of that license, there's a term that you have to accept 70% of Google's recommendations. But Google's recommendation, half of them is to make more money. So they want the customer to spend more money. Just like they want you to bid more.
Yeah.
They want you to pay always more for a client.
Okay.
So it's not.
So is it? See, Google and Amazon from my understanding, they're rivals, aren't they? Or they're owned by the same people?
No, they're not rivals. They're different. Sorry, I dropped the microphone. They are different markets, sort of.
Okay.
Amazon is for people when they are there going to buy something. But Amazon also owns a lot of assets for advertising and display. And Google is a search mostly.
Oh, okay. Well, my last two questions are: the first one is, what do you know now that you wish you knew when you started this business?
That's a good question. I think I wish I knew before the importance of data analysis really, really well. Because before, I didn't know this, but years and years ago, we worked on intention, gut feelings, and this. But now I'm really learning more that it's really, you don't have to do that because most of the time is wrong and we're biased. And the data, there's data out there for anything you want to do, from where to buy a house to what product you want to make. You want to make sure that it's successful and makes money. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. And my last question is, what's the impact you want to have on the world?
Very good questions,
Thanks. Well, you're my 200th episode.
I know, good question is when you actually never forget the question or the answer.
Okay. Thank you.
The impact, I wish to be an inspiration. I come from Tunisia, and I come from really a poor upbringing, and I want to hopefully inspire my cousins, my nephews, my people back home to really don't give up and to really think that anything is possible, and you don't have to just do what you think you should, and just keep an open mind. I know it makes sense in my head. It's a tough question. I wish I can give more context.
No, it makes sense. And last but not least, where can people find you if they hear want to use your services?
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Yeah. So my agency is called Rank Tact. That stands for rankingtactics.com. It's a company in London. And they can find me at ranktact.com.
Do you want to spell it?
Yeah. RANKTACT.
Okay.
Ranktact.
Okay.
.com.
And are you on Instagram? Do you want to give that out, or are you happy just with Ranktact?
I don't really use Instagram much, so you can find me at ranktact.com and reach out there. And also we're on LinkedIn.
Okay then, and it's LinkedIn is Ranktact.
Ranktact. It's also on Facebook. I think even on Instagram. I don't remember. We don't use it much.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that. It's been a great interview.
Thank you.
We hope you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.